I think it's common in newer Etsy sellers or people who don't see sales on the platform to just not understand the concept of creating designs that sell, and that comes from a lack of understanding research and how to find these specific design trends that people want to buy. And it's also a problem when you're trying to create a design or recreate something that you like and you have absolutely no idea how to. And so in today's video, I'm going to show you a step-by-step of this process, how me, who has had multiple bestseller designs on Etsy print-on-demand products and digital products, finds different trends and applies them to my niche or a specific audience that I want to sell to. And then I'm going to show you how I would create a design using a really cool way that is foolproof for beginners. And I also think that a lot of times too, people assume that research is just going to Etsy and completely copying a design that's already best selling. And that's not exactly how it's done, right? We want to bring something that is new and valuable to an already existing market. And a big truth with print on demand and selling online in general is that it's not always about what you find to be beautiful and amazing to sell. It's actually what the market has a demand for and people are already purchasing. So I'm going to show you how to do that today. And yeah, we're going to get right into it. And I'm Mac. If you're new here, everything I talk about will be linked. And yeah, let's get right into it. So I'm on Etsy here and I just did a search for nurse shirt and I filtered by bestsellers. Etsy took away the button. So in order to do that, you go to all filters, you'll select star seller here, and then you'll go up to the top here in your actual URL and you'll just take the word star, delete it, and type best, hit enter, and then that will automatically filter it through bestsellers on Etsy. So it's a little hack there. And then now we're seeing the bestsellers for the search term of nurse shirt, which yes, is a incredibly, searched for term on Etsy, which does come with competition, but we can really see what's popular now and what's trending. And what I want you to do with this is take notes of all the different things that you see. So off the bat, I'm noticing this like fun, groovy, like collage design that looks really cool. Cannot talk today. And then I'm also seeing this phrase, go with the flow. It seems that this listing is fairly new to becoming popular. So that's something I'm gonna mark in my mind of like the phrase, go with the flow. Okay, cool. So it's for heart anatomy. See all these juicy things over here in that title give us an idea of like what these search terms are that are selling that aren't gonna be as popular as the term just nurse shirt. We're seeing here, it says cardiology tee, cardiac nursing, cardiac heart flow. Those are different things that, might not be as saturated as the term nurse shirt, right? So that's just little things to take note of while we do our research. And you can even like write that down. And this is my Everbee Chrome extension. That's how I just peeked over there and did that. But yeah, so I'm just scrolling through and seeing different things. So go with the flow is a term. I love this style of design. It kind of has like, all the different nurse types of objects in there. It even is personalized with the nurse's name. This is a very classic best-selling design of the floral letters, but I feel like that's a little bit overdone. Let's see what else. Here's one that says thoracic park. It is a pediatric nurse shirt. So see the trend here, how I'm noticing the different types of nurse shirts. This one seems to be a great seller. It's less than a year old and it's selling quite a few a month. And it has like a little joke for a pediatric nurse. I also see this and I love these types of designs that have all the different elements that are applied to a nurse. So that's something that I'm taking in my mind right now of like, okay, what I'm noticing here is that a lot of these designs have little graphics of nurse stuff and say the word nurse. Let's go ahead and create our first design. I'm going to show you with two different examples in this video, but yeah, let's go ahead and create our first design. And I'm taking inspiration from these different types of elements in the hearts and like all the different nurse stuff. And I'm also going to want to play off of these like more pastel-y colors. And yeah, maybe play with some words and play with some different types of nurses. I'm actually using this new and amazing AI tool that I found recently called Playground AI. Now, this is very, very cool because it is a strictly AI designing tool that you will be working with templates to recreate your design. So it works a little bit differently than like a traditional AI software. Typically with an AI design tool, you will have to type in an entire prompt while looking at a blank page and trying to explain to it what you want. And that is not the case with Playground. So it's a lot easier and beginner friendly for people who have literally zero design experience because all you have to do is tell it what you want it to do. And you don't really have to understand AI super well. And while I've been using this and playing around with it, I've actually gotten to understand more about what types of prompts work for AI and like different things that you can do. So I'll show you how it works. How it goes is this is what it looks like on here. It is free to use. They have a free and a paid version. And basically what you can do is search for what you're looking for or click on one of these, pre-existing things. So I'm just going to type in the term nurse up here on the right in the search bar. And there's a bunch of different templates that are already here that we can use and mess with. So I found this template, which is very similar to the nurse and like the heart that we were seeing as a bestseller on Etsy. So this is the one that I kind of want to mess with and change to a more nurse related shirt. So I'm going to go down here and just describe again exactly what I'm looking for. I'm going to use the version 4 this time, and we'll also use the version 3, and I'll show you how they both work. Also important to note, depending on the version that you're using, whether it's paid or pro, you get a specific amount for the price that you're paying if you're on the pro version. And then you also get a certain amount free if you're using the free version. So let's go ahead and type. I'm going to say keep the same design style, but change the images to nurse images. And then we're going to hit go and see what it creates for us. So this is what it came up for us. And while this is similar to the ones that we were seeing on Etsy, right? Like this one's just kind of plain. And then the other one, where did it go? It has some color, but it's not like super intricate. There's some other designs that I feel like have a more fun or like approachable vibe, like this one here. So that's gonna be my inspo on how I'm gonna like turn this design a little bit more fun. So I'm gonna go down here, and there's a few different options, but there's one called change style, and I'm gonna select a different design style to, change the design up and like elevate it a little bit. So I'm gonna select this best mom ever. It's not gonna make it say best mom ever, but it is gonna change the design just to like look a little bit different. Okay, so it changed the design style, made it a little bit more fun, added some flowers. So already getting a little bit closer. And what I'm gonna do is go to change color palette and select another color palette. So I can add custom colors if I want to, or I can just select a different one. I'm gonna go with pastel dreams because we noticed a lot of pastel colors. So as you can see, I'm like creating this design, but just like clicking a little bit and like giving it some edits. So relatively pretty easy. You don't have to like sit here and wait. And there are a few things that are tedious, but I just find this to be like, if you're not good with graphics, if you're not good with like understanding maybe what looks good, this is, a lot easier than having to like put together a bunch of nurse elements into the shape of a heart. Adding the word nurse is definitely a time saver. Okay, so beautiful. This created something really, really pretty. I can literally take this design as it is and put it on a product, but I want to elevate it just a little bit more. Completely optional. But what I'm going to do is actually remove where it says nurse because I'm not loving that text. So I'm going to go to object erase, and I'm going to just draw over what I want to erase. You could also in the chat prompt at the bottom just say please remove text, or like remove the text, and it will do that as well. So now that the text is removed, we can really take this design and add any type of text to it. We could say blank nurse, or just add more fun nurse text. And honestly, the way that I would do that is I would export this and then upload it into Canva or Kittl to add the text, because there is more text options when doing that. But I want to show you a little bit further of what I was talking about with the sub niching, right? So we're going to create both of those designs, but I just want to show you exactly what I mean by that. So what I'm going to do here is I noticed pediatric nurse was trending on Etsy, right? I was noticing like the term for it. There's a lot of like cute things, a lot of dinosaurs, just super cute stuff, like a lot of baby animals. Yeah, so what I'm going to do, because I'm noticing a lot of dinosaurs, is I'm going to ask it to add to this design. So I'm going to say, add a cute dinosaur, send. Okay, super cute. And then I'm gonna ask it again to add the text pediatric nurse. So this is super cute. And like I was saying, we can bring it in and add text in Canva if we want to, if we're not really feeling this text. And I think that that would just elevate the design better. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to export, and I'm going to hit upscale and remove background so that it upscales the design, because unfortunately, when we're using AI, the designing software doesn't make it as upscaled and precise as it should be if we're printing it out or putting it on a print-on-demand product. So it's a really important step to make sure that you do upscale this before putting it on any of your images. And then we're going to download the upscaled images, and we have that ready. And then I'm also going to go back to this other design that I had, and I'm going to export that and do the same thing, upscale and remove background. And we're just going to create the two designs together to list on the product. So I can show you how I was talking about bringing in, that other element that we were seeing that's trending trending and how we can really use that to create something unique and fun for the design. So I'm just gonna open a artboard in Canva, and then I'm gonna drag in one of those designs. Let's go ahead and work with the first one of the nurse image. And I'm just going to upscale it a bit more so I can see it clearer. Okay, cool. And Canva has this new feature where you can actually change the colors in the design, even if you're bringing in like a different image that you did not create on Canva, which I got really excited about recently that I saw that. And if you know me or follow my channel, I use a bunch of different designing softwares and tools. I'm always, checking them out, trying them out. I think they're great for a lot of different things, but I know that when they don't all have free versions, it can sometimes be a little out of budget, but whatever ones that you use, you'll be able to do, similar stuff with. I'm just using Canva because I know a lot of you guys use it. Same with Kittle. I absolutely love using Kittle as well. And I'm going to just add some text here, and I'm going to type in nurse. I also could type pediatric nurse. I could type ICU nurse, the different types of nurses. And what I was noticing when I was doing that trend research, right, is that like bold, funky text that we want in here. And so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go through here and all these different fonts that I have. And I actually have a few of these saved fonts from Creative Fabrica, which is a great tool if you've never used it before. And I really like how like these funky design, these funky fonts look. So I'm gonna kind of fit this in where I can. I don't want to take away too much from the design, but I still want it to get that nurse point across. So I'm just going to move this in here. And I think if I even wanted to make this better, I'm going to edit this. I'm gonna go to the magic eraser and I'm going to erase this guy and this flower because they're not. Okay, perfect. And then let's do something funky to this design. So when I was scrolling, right, we just noticed a lot of these like cute, fun, bubbly letters for pediatric nurse. And then a lot of them have a different color for each letter. So I'm using the font Super Vibes again. That's from Creative Fabrica. I'll link that below for you too. It's a free download with the links that I have. Okay, and let's change each letter to a color of the design. Just selecting each individual one. And then we want this to stand out. So I'm gonna go to effects. I'm gonna add an outline. There we go. And we'll select a color. And depending on what color t-shirt I want this to go on can really affect what color of the outline that I want, right? Because if I look again, like a lot of the t-shirts are like these different comfort colored t-shirts and a lot of them are lighter. So that would kind of tell me like, okay, my design is on the lighter side. So I kind of want to stick to like these darker t-shirts. So I might have to do a darker color outline on there. But we'll just kind of see how it goes. So, okay, so this design here has a few different elements from what I was noticing in the trending designs, right? So for nurse shirt, for both pediatric nurse, right? I'm noticing big, bold letters, each individual different color, the hearts with all the nurse graphics, right? I'm hitting a bunch of different things without just taking this design and completely copying it. You know what I mean? It looks different. I added something new to the market and it's just different. And if I even wanted to, I could even duplicate this page and add in different words. So pediatric, okay. And we can add in another font, keep it the same. Okay, add in, more text or put it up here and curve it a little bit to go on the heart. Really cute. And then we could add in the same type of vibe or just make the text one color. Whatever color like fits the best. I think that looks cute. I think the yellow. Okay, and then effects, outline, do the same, the yellow outline, so it'll show up on our design. So now this one's a pediatric nurse design, right? And I can, take both of these and put them on a product. So let's do pediatric nurse designs. And then on Printify, we'll just find that Comfort Colors t-shirt, hit start designing, select our colors that we want. Let's drag and drop one of our designs into here. Check our colors. Black. Looks good. We can list it, on Etsy. And you don't have to bring it into Canva like I showed you, to completely transform the design. You can totally, change it up just in here. And I think it's like really fun to play with. Like even with this design, you can completely transform it. Change the text to PDF. And move barbell and switch it out for cute dinosaurs cute dinosaurs. We're cute, right? Like even this design by itself, I absolutely love, and all I did was type in one prompt and then I could just use this. So it's not something that you absolutely, have to bring into Canva. I just want to show you that. You could totally just design in here and create something really great and just use your own, creativity, but also using a template so you're not starting with just a blank canvas, because that can be really intimidating. Okay, so I just gave this 3 more prompts. I asked it to add nurse hats and stethoscopes, and then I wanted to see if the AI would be able to do this, and it clearly did. I asked it to make each individual letter of the word nurse a different color to fit that trend that we were seeing. When we click on the ones that are for pediatric nurse, right, we're seeing dinosaurs, animals, and all the different letters of the nurse or pediatric being a different color, and it did it. It made it super cute and it gave it all the different colors. So very, very cool. I feel like if I was more specific as well, I could even make change the letter N to a light blue or whatever. Or if I wanted to play around with the different color schemes in here, I'm sure it would make it even better. But it's funny because this design actually took me the least amount of time. It's completely made in Playground and it's actually my favorite. And I think it will look good on lots of different colors as well. And I absolutely love it. So I'll leave all the templates that I used below for you, linked from Playground. Like I said, you can try it out free. I'm really excited to share this with you guys. I think it will help a lot of you just be able to add some more creativity to your design that maybe you don't know how to create already. And yeah, let's just throw it on a t-shirt really quick. I know this video is longer, but I want to see what it looks like. It's so cute. I absolutely love it. And see, just a few minutes made a super beautiful, very cute design that, goes off of all the things that people are searching for and buying in that pediatric nurse term. So very, very fun. Okay, everything's linked below. I won't make this any longer because your time is valuable. I want you to get designing. Thank you so much for watching. I hope this was helpful. If it was, be sure to let me know. And yeah, I hope to see you in the next video.